What's up, Devils? J-Dog's back here, and it's to finish off his goddamn questions that he printed off. Should be the video I post right before this one, because like I said, I showed you a list, printed off some goddamn fucking questions, and I didn't want to drag the last video out. So this is the fucking last of them, so I'm going to get them all answered on here. And so without any further ado, let's knock these right on out. First one from Jordan Rubble. What are your favorite old school Swedish death metal albums / demos, and what are the rarest vinyl tapes you own? So I did pull a few records for you because I pre-read the question. As far as favorite Swedish death metal albums, demos, I mean, I don't think it'd be anything impressive. Kind of like a lot of the standards as far as my favorites. Like my all-time favorite Swedish death metal album would more than likely be Dismember, Like an Ever-Flowing Stream. I like every album by Dismember. That would be my favorites. The Dismember demos were great. So Entombed Left Hand Path, love that. All the Nihilist and Entombed demos, those definitely some of my favorites. Unleashed, Where No Life Dwells, that's definitely my favorite Unleashed album. I have to go back and listen to like some of the other Unleashed. I remember always saying that the only thing I like by Unleashed is just the demos and the first album. But it's been years since I've heard the second album stuff. What I remember, really turned me off when I heard the second album, third album, is the vocals. They just seemed more like, they just seemed a lot weaker. Like I remember being like more thrashy and not as like death metal, where Johnny just had that killer fucking voice in the first record. I could be wrong. Maybe I heard it on a later one. I thought that, but that's what I even thought was in the second album. And I remember that really standing out and turning me off. But it's been over 10 years, and I've been meaning for quite a while to go back and listen to them, but I just haven't got around to it yet. But Where No Life Dwells, I love that fucking record. Carnage, Dark Recollections, huge fan of that. The first two Grave albums. I did the one video showing my favorite demos of all time. My favorite demo, if it comes to my mind all time, Putrefaction, Painful Death is probably my favorite demo of all time. That's from Sweden. That was a side project by the guys of Grave. There's the Corpse demo, all the Grave. In general, the Corpse demo, the Putrefaction, Painful Death being number one, and then the 4 Grave demos. Those are probably my favorite demos from Sweden. I like those demos, and the Nihilist and Tombs are really close to their but probably the Grave demos is the whole compilation of them all put together. Probably my favorite, but the Nihilist and Tombs really, really close in there. Another band that no one ever brings up, they came out a few years later in the early 90s. What is it? The first album from 92, 93 or so. So they probably did their demo around 91. Is that no one ever brings them up is the Crown. I think that's a great fucking band. I can't say the last 10 years worth of albums I know very well. I think I own almost everything. I'm sure I'm missing an album here and there later, but basically my general rule of thumb is what the fuck is the album that Thomas Limber came out? The one after Death Race King, which I love that. That was the first record I heard. Crown and Terror. They did 2 recordings of it. There's the one where it's the singer that they had before. I forget his name, but anyways, they were recorded with Thomas from At the Gates. I like both versions very much. Oh, was the other way around? No. The re-recording was the original singer. I have both, and I like both very much. The original version, Thomas, Crown and Terror, Thomas sings on it. He just did that. The album after that, I don't believe he sings. The original singer came back. I don't remember. I don't know the story as to why he left or whatever. He came back, and they re-recorded the album with him singing. And I believe there's a double disc of it, and I own that as well. And I like that version as well. I seen the Crown both times I saw him was on Death Race King and the Crown and Terror. That's where I met Thomas as well. I did get to meet him. Those were like a few years apart. So basically, Crown and Terror, which that was around probably about 2003, I'm guessing, 2004, somewhere in that area. That album, Down, I think that's some of the most awesome Swedish death metal of all time. I love that stuff. A lot of it's not only is it Swedish death metal, but it's really thrashy, and the blasts are awesome. Death Race King is probably my favorite, but that could be just because it's the first time I heard. You never ever hear anyone bring that up. That album is just such a great fucking metal masterpiece. It's more of like a death thrash album, but the songs are just so fucking good. Like, I mean, just like every single song on there is just awesome. It just seems to me like whether you're in a thrash, you're in a death metal, you're in a black metal, even kind of like traditional heavy metal, if you even like up to stuff like Venom, A Merciful Fate, and Bathory, where you're kind of like, that's kind of like your cutoff, that's the most extreme you'd like. It almost seems like even those guys could get into it. So yeah, no one ever brings that up. So I'll throw that in there instead of just talking about Grave, Dismember, and fucking Entombed, because everyone else does. Which, yeah, those are probably my favorite, but the Crown, for sure. Check them out if you haven't, or go back to them, or if you only heard the first couple albums when they were called Crown and Thorns, if those are the only ones you know, you don't know any of the later ones, Death Race King. That was Death Race King, I believe, was 90. Maybe that might have even been 2000, 2001. That was the first time I met all the guys too, and they were really cool. Got my fucking CD signed and everything, and glad to have it to this day. Oh, and then as far as the second half, what are the rarest vinyls tapes you own? Don't own any tapes. I'm not a tape guy. Well, I am obviously a vinyl guy. I don't know what the rarest I own, but I pulled a few rarees that I thought were fucking really cool that a lot of you guys probably don't know, haven't seen. But I'm not going to say I don't know what the rarest is. I mean, theoretically, whatever the lowest numbered copy of something is, I mean, sure, it's probably something by Nunslaughter. I mean, there's a Nunslaughter Erotic 7 inch. I have that. There's only 13 of those made. So, I mean, I guess theoretically that, right? But I'll show you some shit that you guys probably haven't seen, or most of you probably haven't seen. This here is one of my favorite releases ever. Got this probably about 20 years ago this came out. There's only 100 copies of these made, and some of my favorite demos of all time, and one of the most beautiful releases ever, and that is, drum fucking roll, the Massacre Demos. Infestation of Demos. Absolutely love how this looks. That Predator-looking hand. Basically, a long story short with Massacre is they didn't have much artwork on any of the tapes. They might not have none. I think it was just a logo. So all their demo era material was kind of just that logo with the cross. And then they had two pieces of art, this Predator hand, and on the back side, this devil over the skulls. That was kind of the art that they had just on t-shirts that they were selling around the time. So like 86, 87. Backside then. Boom! Just beautiful looking disc. I have number 1 out of 100. Fuck yeah, right? And the fucking Cam Lean line, fucking all you fucking posers shall burn in the pit or on the side. Always love that. Wimps and posers burn in the pit. And this has both, demo 1, demo 2. And what's really cool about this too, it has other shit on there that wouldn't be else on a Massacre Live, April 27th, 1986. Just a Piranha cover and Aggressor cover. So an Exodus and a Hellhammer cover. And then there's an 88 rehearsal, one track, Infestation of Death again. And the reason I bring that up is because Iron Pegasus years later did an LP of the demos, and then there's the live demo. I think it's considered an official live demo, which is great. He did that, but his LP, I have it because I love these demos. I want it. Looks like shit. The cover is this fucking like this. Should have probably busted it out to show you guys, but it's so lame. I don't even want to fucking scare the camera away. It's this goddamn like this statue mask that has nothing to do with the band whatsoever, and that's the cover art. It was just terrible. I was like, I don't even know why he would have done that. Even if the band said, "Hey, let's use this," I would have fought back like, "Dude, we're not using this. Let's use one of the original pieces of art." Or if we don't want to use those because whatever you didn't have them, because it's been used on this bootleg or whatever the fuck the case may be, at the very least, maybe had some original artwork drawn that had a very similar feel, look to the demos, just 80s demos in general, or that artwork I just saw you that was kind of similar in feel. Something that was relevant to the band over the fucking turd that he picked out. So that, if you guys can ever find that, I good motherfucking luck. Like I said, I'm almost positive. Yeah, 20 years. If it's not 20 years, it's right around there. 18 to 20 years ago, that when that came out, only 100. So who knows what it goes for. But if you can find it, I highly recommend. That's actually one of my pride and joys of the collection. Always loved it to this day. Two other raries that I picked out for you that you probably don't know. This one here, I don't think it's hand numbered from my remember. Pretty sure there's just was 150 copies made though, from what I remember the advertisement being, and that was maybe 200 at most, but definitely less than 300. 200 at most. I think it's even 150 though, and that is the band Leviathan, not the black metal band, the Chris Barnes first band before Cannibal Corpse. They sings on. It's called Rapacious Cadaver, and it's funny if you look it up. That basically means in what is it in Spanish or whatever, differently, basically another word for Cannibal Corpse. Pretty Cannibal Corpse in a sense. And this has just their 87 demo and 87 rehearsal demo. The 87 demo sounds great. The 87 rehearsal demo is kind of like, sounds not the greatest, but that's all there was, so you may as well include it. This is kind of like when Chris was singing. This is kind of like death thrash stuff, similar to like Creator. I would say that's best. Like maybe he's kind of like singing like Creator style. Doesn't sound like Cannibal Corpse at all as far as like Chris's voice and shit. So really early stuff, really cool lyrics. Just some liner notes. It looks like by Chris Barnes. And I believe there was just one color total. No black vinyl, just all on color vinyl. And it was like this grayish, marbly vinyl, which I'll show you here. And picture this sleeves. As always, like I said, I store my color vinyl. Let me pull it out for the fucking glare. So yeah, that's probably a lot of you guys never heard of, don't know of, or maybe heard of the band but never seen this LP. This is not 20 years ago like the Massacre, but probably 10, 11 years ago I got this. So good luck fucking find this as well. If you can go out and find it, go ahead and do that. So again, really rare as well. And then, last but certainly not least, and this one's probably about 15 years old. This is another, this is a live bootleg, double picture disc. And if you guys ever catch on, double picture discs, if you don't know anything, are very expensive to do. Picture discs are more expensive than regular vinyls to press. And when you do a double, very, very expensive. And there's only 110 of these made. And I got number 9 out of 110. That's by Merciful Fate. There's a color vinyl disc too, which I own, but the picture disc is the more rare one. That is Merciful Fate. Satan is Better Than God. And the reason it was titled that, I know, is because I believe it's the song Satan's Fall. The lyrics are a little bit different. And he says, like where he says, I don't need your God on the album. The line is, Satan is better than God. So a lot of different versions on here and shit like that from the actual albums. But very, very, and it sounds really good. See that? It says, picture disc, number 9 out of 110. And this is live March 7th, 1982 in Copenhagen, Denmark. So that's the outer cover it comes with. And like I said, it's a double picture disc. Front side A. B side. Side C. The original Melissa cover. And side D. So really, really cool fucking release. Like I said, long time, probably a good 15 years ago this came out. So good motherfucking luck. I have seen it on eBay years ago as well. I already long owned it, so I wasn't too concerned, but it was over $100. I know when I saw its bidding. I was just curious what it goes for. I would imagine if you're going to get this, you're not going to pay any less than $100. I would expect to pay anywhere between $100 and $200. It might even be more than that. But don't think, $100, that's like a ripoff. If you get it for any less than that, then maybe the copy was really fucked up, or just a lot of people weren't watching that day, like on eBay or whatever. But I would not expect to get this for less than $100. Again, if you do, the good motherfucking for you. You got lucky, but I would say expect to pay anywhere between $100 and $200. That would be my honest guess. So, yeah, 3 raries for you there. Just a few I pulled out in the LM section. I was kind of just scamming. I was, grab these here. I wasn't going to pull too much work to pull some shit out, but really cool shit that I've always loved that I own for years. And, maybe on the next one, when someone asks a similar question, I'll show a few more. But yeah, go check those goddamn things out. Goddamn, fucking 13. Fuck me. Probably should just make one video off that. Huh? I'll knock these out. Goddamn, it seems like I can't even get 2 pages done. Knock these out real quick. I'll try to. 4 more goddamn questions. From Hugh Morgan 74. Quite clearly, we passed the just getting into the gym stage in this video. Oh, it must have been one from the training videos. What do you use for recovery? Sleep, nutrition, rest. Great video, man. You know what? For recovery, I've tried everything. Everything under the sun, I've tried. I've never actually noticed anything that really helps me recover faster. The main thing that would that would be marketed as recovery, at least it is in the last few years. There's a research fucking peptide. There's 2 of them, especially if you combine them. TB500 and BPC 157. It's basically it's a healing peptide. They do use it in the medical world. You could get it legally. It's kind of gray market, but it's sold as a research chemical that's not illegal to buy. You just find a research site. I've used it a few times. I got to be honest, I didn't really notice shit. I purposely used it when I had some nagging injuries to see what it would do, and I didn't notice anything personally. And I've even gone really high dose on it to see maybe it was a dose dependent thing. I didn't notice anything, but I know guys that swear by it, say that they fucking heal shit like no tomorrow, like you wouldn't believe. I've heard several cases. I think it's a genetic thing. Maybe you respond to it, maybe you don't. So I've never actually taken anything that I've noticed like, whoa, I'm healing way faster. It's just time. Make sure you're getting plenty of sleep, make sure you're getting your food in. And every now and then, maybe just do some type of deload, which I'm not, deload meaning you just go into the gym and move less weight. Fuck all that. That's a waste of time. Just go. Well, I'm not going for the waste of time. I never did that. What I think, if your body's banged up and you need a deload, just take a few extra days off. You know what I mean? That's the best fucking way for recovery. If you need a few extra days, just take a few extra days. If you really love getting in the gym like I do, just go in there and do some light cardio then. Maybe do a brisk walk on the treadmill if you just like being in the atmosphere. Like, I gotta go because I'm in my routine. Trust me, I know I've been there. Sometimes it feels weird just to go straight home because you're like, fuck, this is a gym day. Like, I'm not gonna go home. You just feel like a loser. So it's kind of a mental thing. To just, if your body needs a rest, just go in there, don't train, do some stretching and some light cardio. That's it. That's the thing. Yeah, for recovery, that's the best to just sleep and more rest days if you need them. Never taken a product that I noticed the fucking difference for recovery. Some people say, like I said, some people say glutamine helps them, adding amino acids, intra-workout carbs like cyclic dextrin mixed with EEAs and shit like that. Some guys swear up and down. John Meadows was a huge proponent, and I think that guy's kind of like, I don't want to say the gospel of information when he was alive, but at the same time, kind of. It's kind of like if he said it, you kind of like, you at least listen. Everybody just knows in the community that he was a very respectable source and not a bullshit guy. I didn't notice that. I mean, I definitely noticed I liked the intra workout as far as you kind of had a little bit more energy in the gym and you didn't fade away in between sets and stuff, your reps. But as far as recovery not being sore and just recovering between workouts faster, I didn't notice it. So never personally found anything that made me recover faster in the gym. From Life Eternal, is that some kind of supplement powder in the background? I just saw you put in your coffee. I didn't put anything in my coffee. I don't know what you're talking about there. I keep hearing people putting apple cider vinegar in their coffee or whatever. It's supposedly super healthy. You ever heard anything about that? The supplement in the background, yeah, probably in the office. It's just a pre-workout supplement just sitting there. I very rarely use any pre-workouts. I'm not a fan of them, to be honest with you. I'm not a fan of prescribing them, and I'm not a fan of taking them myself. But they do have their place. My general rule of thumb of pre-workout is if you're gonna miss a day because you're feeling fucking tired, lazy, whatever, when you're feeling down, oh, I can't make a gym, I'm so tired, had a hard day, that's when you take them. You don't take them every day. It's just not healthy. Think about it from a logical standpoint. You're going to the fucking gym, right? And you're cranking up your resting heart rate and your blood pressure just through training. Like, you're cranking it the fuck up. That's not good acutely for your heart or your kidneys. It's just flat out not. Especially when you're doing super heavy squats. Now, it does seem like that acute raise doesn't seem to do too much damage, although there's some new research coming out that it says theoretically it can possibly damage the kidneys, especially like super, super heavy squats where your blood pressure rises up to fucking who knows what, 250 over fucking 200 or something crazy. Bottom line is, though, you are raising it, even just doing cardio. You're raising your fucking resting heart rate, you're raising your blood pressure. Taking a supplement with a fuckload of stimulants in there, you're artificially raising it before you even got to the fucking gym, and then you're raising it more. It just doesn't seem like a good idea. I do use them, but I just use them very sparingly. Usually a container of a pre-workout, it will last me, it's a 30 servings, it'll last me at least a fucking year. This year in 2020, what shit year are we in, 2022? This is the end of February I'm recording this. I haven't taken a pre-workout once this year. The last time I took a pre-workout, I think was November or December. Like I said, if it's a day I feel like I'm literally going to miss the gym, then I take them. I just think it's more harm than good, and it doesn't increase my strength or anything. It definitely gives you energy and you feel good, but you shouldn't need. I mean, what are you, a fucking meth head? You a crackhead? You shouldn't fucking need that all the time. I know guys, especially the young kids. They can't even go to the gym without a pre-workout. I was like, quite frankly, dude, I see you train. You don't even train that fucking hard. What the hell do you need it for? And second of all, it's just long term. It's not going to be good for you. If you have been doing it, don't worry. I used to take a pre-workout more days than not for my first, I'd say probably 7 years training. All my health markers and shit come back really good. So theoretically, it didn't fuck me up. But just saying, if you're going to be in this game for a long time, probably not a good idea to take a goddamn pre-workout every single time. And if nothing else, you just become like a fucking stimulant junkie. Like I said, addicted to meth or fucking cocaine. So it's just, yeah. I just have it there for that. Oh, and as far as apple cider vinegar, yeah, I do use apple cider vinegar. Don't put in your coffee. Apple cider vinegar tastes like dog shit and a half. If you're going to kind of sip on a coffee for kind of energy / pleasure, which is what I do, morning coffee, I add apples. My concoction is actually this, why I use apple cider vinegar. First off, what you're going to go with the best brand it's called Bragg's. There's generic ones too that are the same, but the bottom line, you usually want to make sure it's organic and it says with mother. It'll say that's the pulp at the bottom. Shake it up really fucking good each use, and just put like a tablespoon. I'd see the service sign is a tablespoon. I just eyeball it now because I know what a tablespoon looks like, but very small amount. Throw it in there you could do water, whatever. What my personal protocol is every night before before bed. It's kind of like a health protocol that I do. I do a splash of the apple cider vinegar with 6 ounces of pomegranate juice. Pomegranate juice, guys, I'm not going to get into that. You can look it up. It has all kinds of health benefits, too. That's why I just do 6 ounces. The serving is about 8. I'm not a big fan of juices at all because of the sugars and shit, but all the antioxidants and shit like that, I've done a lot of research on it. It seems like they have a ton of fucking benefits, so I throw it in there. 6 ounces of pomegranate juice, 1 scoop of this collagen protein, it's basically it's collagen, you know what I mean? Like, instead of taking fucking it's called bone broth, instead of taking like actual real bone broth, which is nasty as fuck, and I know I'm not going to do it. This is a better alternative. I do a supplement form of that, scoop of that, and I do a scoop of my number one supplement I recommended one is called Fiberlize by Species Nutrition. It's a psyllium husk-based fiber, which makes an enormous fucking difference going to the bathroom, especially if you eat a lot of food. And it improves your lipid profile, too, on your blood work. And I know that because I have before and afters. And I've seen it on tons of other people that I've recommended to them. They go get their LDL cholesterols and shit like that, and they drastically come down. So tons of health benefits. You'll notice a huge difference when you go to the bathroom. Toss that in there, shake it up, and I chug the fucking thing down. Apple cider vinegar, it's got, it's a laundry list of health benefits, but it's, as far as the main things, it's stomach acidity, alkalizing the body. So for digestion, blood sugar controls, things like that is the main things. But definitely worth putting in there. It's cheap as fuck. I take it every day, the concoction I just said. So give it a fucking shot. But make sure it's nice and diluted well. The thing is about it, it's so fucking acidic that it literally, I've heard people can fucking like strip the fucking lining off your goddamn teeth. So make sure it's nice and diluted. Do not drink that shit like it's a pleasurable. I don't even know how some people I think like it. I think they use it as salad. I guess if you like it, go ahead. I think this shit's gross as a motherfucker. It smells like horrific. But I've been using it for years because for the health benefits. So two last questions. Last one on Earth. What up, Jay Dizzle? Maryland Deathfest is a pretty strong lineup this year. Will you be attending? I'm hoping to go at least 1 or 2 days. I've addressed this already. Hopefully on the day that Hemorrhage is playing, I'm hoping it's one. I'm hoping that this is what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping go on a Saturday. I hope Hemorrhage, Dismember, and Deicide. Minimally them are playing, and I forget who other bands. Mainly those three. If all those bands are playing on Saturday, very good chance I'll drive up Saturday morning, see them, spend the night there, and drive back Sunday. That's the plan. Maybe I'll go Saturday and Sunday. We'll see. I'm definitely not going to go for the whole thing, but I'm hoping to go for at least 1 day. So that is the plan. So yeah, look out for old fucking J-Dog if you're there, and come up and say hi and get a goddamn picture or whatever the fuck else you want to do. Don't be one of them shy-ass little bitches if you see me in person. The exact same person as you see in camera. So yeah, come up and say hi. The Larry last goddamn question. From Jay Deakins. Gotta ask him, even though this video's going on, because he asks fuck question and everything. Let's say health didn't work out for some reason. Would you ever consider becoming a personal trainer? You know what's funny? You mentioned that kind of yes in a sense, and I would like to do it as some side income, and I kind of already do. Is I wouldn't want to be a personal trainer inside the gym. I don't think that would, I just wouldn't enjoy doing that, but I wouldn't mind doing kind of like online coaching guru shit as far as what to do. Like if somebody wanted training advice, I could do that. But especially with nutrition, supplementation, if they're using any pharmacology, reading their blood work, things like that, I would like to do that. And I do that here or there. There's guys in the gym, they'll have a laundry list of questions like what blood work to get done and how to read it, and some pharmacology they may or may not be using, like what they should do with it. Like, hey, this came back and my lab showed this. What should I do? When it's a drawn out process like that, if I'm not like buddies with them, I'll just be like, you dude, give me $100 and I'll go over all with you. I'll literally give you all the testing that you need done. I'll go over with you and I will tell you what I will do. And if you're comfortable or not comfortable with that, you can run that by your doctor, see what he or she says. So yeah, that's what I would fucking do. But yeah, I'd be totally into doing that. If any of you have any interest in that, yeah, because I'm not going to sit there. If it's I know I love giving out free advice and shit like that, but it gets to the point where people want in-depth fucking information on shit. I'm like, look, guys, this is ridiculous. Like this is a fucking laundry list of questions, and my time is limited, so I'd have to charge for that. And that is something that I would be into doing. I just don't know how to go because I'm not marketed in the fucking fitness bodybuilding world. I'm more obviously the metal scene, and people in the metal scene, let's face it, what it is, don't give a shit about health, fitness, working out, bodybuilding for the most part. Obviously, some of you guys do because you ask questions and you watch these and you say you do. So, but it's and as sure you guys know, that's the minimum. So, I wouldn't know how to go about marketing it in that world to the point where it'd be profitable for me. So maybe I would be fucking thrown to the wolves if that was my backup plan if Hell's didn't work out, and I'd make some type of income. But because I don't even have a Facebook, nothing. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll even eventually get other social media. I never thought I'd kind of do the YouTube thing, and you guys pushing, people asking. Finally did that. So I guess this is a step in the right direction. But yeah, I would do that. And like I said, if any of you guys have any interest, because I actually enjoy doing that, and I love seeing people's blood work because it gives me a body of information to go off of what's going on in the fucking human body. That's why when I tell you guys certain things, like if I say take X, Y, and Z or recommend a certain supplement, and I say it does this or that, I'm not just regurgitating information of what some other jackass told me. 99 times out of 100, whenever you hear something online or you hear it from you're at a family function and somebody tells you like eggs are bad for you or whatever the fucking case is, they're literally just regurgitating what whoever they're following is telling them. Myself, I hear what people say and I check it for myself, and I check, like I said, I actually have a body of evidence going off it. Like if I say, eating 6 eggs a day does not affect your cholesterol levels, I know on my own fucking personal blood work that it doesn't. And I've seen others. However, actually, the thing is to say that blanketly just on that one thing, that's actually not true. Eggs can affect your cholesterol. It's just in a minute amount of people. But there's a small body of people that it actually does. But in most people, it actually does not at all. Don't want to get sidetracked because that's a whole other stuff video. You guys want to know about that? We can talk about that too. But little things like that, because like I said, I have my own blood work, and I've seen several dozen other people's blood work because I either asked for it where they didn't ask me to for their blood work, my blood work protocol. They just told me they did it. I'm like, hey, do you mind if I'm printing it off? Let me just to see it. They usually will say yes. But there's a lot of people in the gym, they know I know about that shit. They'll come up and ask and have a couple, then word of mouth, they tell their buddies, like the other guys that I've never talked to, like, hey man, I hear you know about such and such. Like, what do you think of this, and that? And I'm like, all right, fuck. And I tell them so. But when it's a fucking basically a goddamn homework assignment, I'm like, look, dude, I barely even know. I'm not doing this for free. I'm gonna have to charge you. And how's $100? Because I do enjoy doing it, but at the same time, my time is sensitive and precious because I don't have much of it. Very busy, busy fucking J-Dog. Anyways, that knocks out all the goddamn questions. So keep them coming, guys. And because I got about 5 more videos to go through those, see what the fuck's in there. Don't even know yet, but keep them coming. Leave them on this one. Whatever the fuck you want to know, leave them in there, goddammit. And I'll see you in the next one. Later.